Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here this morning. This is the special events team meeting for the City of Boise for Wednesday, July 10th, 2024. My name is Kelly Frank. I'm the special events coordinator with the clerk's office, sitting in for Maria Weig, who is the special events chair. Please remember that this is a live stream meeting, so mind your P's and Q's, speak into and turn on your microphones, and ask any questions or give information that we'll need on record. And that just helps everyone to be able to go back and track stuff if needed. We have two organizers presenting today. These presentations are for the special events team to review finalized details with the organizers. There's no decisions being made for approvals. We just like to be in one room and review the details together and then assist with any last minute things that may need finalized. So we'll go ahead and get started with introductions, starting with those in the room. ACHD.
Tanya Motisi, Ada County Highway District.
Conrad McDaniel, Republic Services.
Vince Vergara, City of Boise Parking.
Dave Foch, Valley Regional Transit.
Jason Rose, Valley Regional Transit.
Summer Altieri, Boise Parks and Rec.
Dino Sugar, City Clerk Office.
Cameo Rogers, Ada County Paramedics.
Jesse Tapper, Boise Fire Prevention.
Joe Deathman, Boise Fire Operations.
Everett Corona, Boise Police.
Cameron Colos, Boise Police.
Matt Sly, Boise Police.
Rachel Holford, City of Boise Emergency Preparedness.
And online, we have the Downtown Boise Association.
Sam with Downtown Boise.
All right, thank you, everyone. Our first presentation is the 2024 Boise Soul Food Festival. Welcome, Trish and Andrea. Get the official karaoke mics. It'll be just a second. Dina will have the presentation up here.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Trish Walker, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Idaho Black Community Alliance. We are the fiscal sponsors of the Boise Soul Food Festival. So this year, we are so excited to return again for our third year to Julia Davis Park, and we will host a one-day event for Black culture in the Black community and everyone else on August 10th. And we're aiming to foster racial understanding and harmony in the Treasure Valley. If we could go to the next slide, or actually, there we go. So enjoy music, live music, entertainment, educational speakers, and a variety of vendors. We will feature a kids area, an obstacle course, games and projects. This year, we are featuring a ribbon contest, and we will have a share your talent portion. And we're also engaging for our second year to have our STEM and movement and health village with hands-on activities for all ages. This year, we anticipate approximately 2,000 attendees per hour throughout the day, and our peak hours will be from 1 till 5 p.m. Along with that, we have an extended executive team as well as volunteers. So we have approximately 80 volunteers throughout the day supporting various activities. Our vendor setup time and festival timeline. On August 9th, we will start our vendor setup from 3 to 8 p.m. And you know what? I'm going to back up just really quickly because sitting next to me is Andrea Dixie. Andrea Dixie will be our vendor and food, retail, and info lead for the day. And she's also been working with the vendors all year long. Going back to our timeline, on August 10th, we will start our setup from 6 until 10 a.m. And then our festival begins at 11 a.m. At noon, the beer garden opens. And then at 8 p.m., our festival ends, and we will begin cleanup at 8:30 p.m. Our incident plan, we have a lost child area located near our information booth, and it will be staffed by volunteers. We will also have our site and operations incident team monitoring the activity in the park throughout the day. We will have private security provided by Fortis Protection Group. And then we will have 2 night officers from 8 p.m. until 8 a.m. on August 9th. And then on August 10th, we'll have 5 security officers, 1 supervisor from 12 until 8 p.m. We will also have the Boise Police Department. We have contracted with Boise PD to provide 1 officer and 1 supervisor for the entire event. We will also have first aid provided by Acute Rescue. We will have 1 ALS, 1 paramedic, and then 1 emergency medical technician. We will also have 1 emergency medical technician and then 1 medical rover vehicle as well. And then a basic EMT. For our trash recycling and restrooms, for our trash, we have contracted we'll have 1 30-yard dumpster for our trash and recycling, which will be self-hauled. We'll have our restrooms, we've contracted a third-party vendor to provide 2 ADA toilets, 6 regular toilets, and 2 handheld washing stations. For our parking, we have an agreement with the BSU Brady Parking Garage, and they will provide discounted overflow parking to the Julia Davis Park. And we will also have handicap accessible parking. We have about 90 vendors that are registered. 51 of them are food vendors, and we will keep working with the city of Boise to make sure that Central District Health, to make sure that we have our final food list for our vendors and our final vendor count. For our alcohol and vendor, our alcohol vendor is Lounge at the End of the Universe. Our audio and visual will be provided by Rocky Mountain Audio. And we will have a second backstage this year, which will be 12 by 12 in size. Our executive team is Sherry Baber, Trish Walker, Andrea Dixie, and Kenny Walker. We have our extended team listed, and they will be at the festival throughout the day and different leads, and we will provide shirts that have staff on the back so that they'll be clearly indicated. This is a high-level view of our map, which is pretty much the same as last year. We did add a extra, I believe it was ADA station, ADA bathroom, and I believe that we added our the garbage, as far as like the garbage and the hauling. But other than that, our map is pretty much the same as it was for the previous year. And that's all I have. Questions?
Wonderful. Thank you, Trish. And I see that Kenny is online too. So have your mic on too, Kenny, so we can just address anything that we need to. We'll go ahead and go around the room, starting with Tanya.
Can you hear me okay, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
It sounds like this is within the confines of the park. I did see some road blocking. What street is that?
It's still in the park, but it's considered the entry as you go into the park.
So one thing we're asking this year is that last year we had the blocking kind of at the very point of the entry point behind the BAM, but we'd like to, if possible, and we saw this at Tree Fort this year, they had the roadblock extending to that first entry coming into the park from off of Capitol Boulevard, it's, just as you make that right to come into the band parking area. So we were looking because of safety reasons and turnaround. We had some trouble and some incidents last year where vehicles try to come in and food vendors and everything and try to do a turnaround because we had the block at the park entry. And we want to try to extend that this year. Similar to what we saw with Tree Fort, that'll give us a little bit more room. And then also it'll cut down on those incidents and provide a little bit of safety for the festival goers.
Okay, I'll follow up with you guys via email.
Okay.
Okay.
Kelly, is Ed online?
No, he's not.
Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you.
I saw on the PowerPoint and my records show that you're gonna have 2 30 yards
Correct.
for
Correct.
trash. Okay, I thought I heard 1, but yeah, just to be
Two.
clear,
Two.
we're gonna have 2. So that's almost double than last year. So feel real good about that. Thank you. The map, I think Kenny and I, where we left off, we were still working out the final details on the map, but if I could get the latest copy of that, that'd be great, because I don't have one in my files.
Kenny, can you send that to him right now?
I'm sorry, I didn't see who was talking. My apologies.
This is Conrad with Republic Services.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. You're in the room. Yeah, come right. I would send that to you.
All right, thank you. And then the event boxes, the cardboard boxes, looks like you're asking for 40 of them and 10 yellow recycle bins. That's great. You do plan on sending someone out to my office, pick those up?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
It probably will be me and Kenny.
No, well, it'd be Obstein.
Well, I look forward to seeing that individual on the 9th, I believe.
Yeah, it's on the 9th. I think I scheduled that to do on the forum. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I see. Okay, well,
Okay.
at this time, that's all I have. Thank you.
So good morning. Because the event is inside the Julie Davis Park, there's no metered parking in the downtown area that's needed. So we are set in parking. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. I love this event. I can almost smell the barbecue smoke right now. We communicated with Kenny, who had asked about VRT doing a shuttle, which I don't think we're going to be able to do, but we had talked about the possibility of promoting people parking at Boise Town Square Mall and using some of our existing routes that come in and out of downtown. Did you get that communication, Kenny? And is that something you would like us to help promote for this event?
Well, we had decided, we kind of going back to discussion. I think we're going to use overflow for our Brady garage area. I think we have enough parking. I'm not sure if Trish followed up with the Boise Town Square, but at this point where it stands, we're just going to do what we did last year.
Okay, well, our buses are going to run anyway, so
Okay.
if people want to park there, they can take the bus in and out of downtown.
Okay.
It doesn't
Thank you.
interfere with our operations, so I hope you have a great event and make a lot of money.
Thank you.
Yeah, no additional comments from BRT. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, you guys. I'm so excited. It's awesome to see this grow and you get better at it every year. And so do we. So this year, we're going to help you with the trash. So that's great. We'll kind of coordinate on that. And also with the restrooms, just keeping them stocked and helping out with that. In regards to the blocking that road at BAM, Kenny, I did see your email and I answered that just this morning, actually, but we're okay with that during the loading zone or during the loading time so that it just has less large vehicles moving in that area. But to be really neighborly with BAM, we'd ask that we just move that closure back once we're done moving all the big trucks in. So we're okay with that. And I can send you a map of how that kind of works for us internally. And other than that, I think we're just cooking along. So thanks.
Sam with Downtown Boise Association.
Everything is set on our end, and I hope you have a great event.
Thank you.
Your medical plan looks great. It worked wonderful last year, so I hope you have a wonderful event.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great presentation. This is a good event. And last year, I don't think you guys had any major incidents like that or anything. So again, just some reminders to get a fire permit, Boise Fire special events permit for this. And then, of course, fire access, as always, is going to be crucial, all the way through Julia Davis Drive there. And then your food trucks on your map here, it looks like they're positioned on the grass there, but they're on Julia Davis Drive, correct? Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
Just make sure they have a 10-foot separation in between for the food trucks. And then your food booths, just make sure everybody that's cooking with open flame has a red fire extinguisher, ABC fire extinguisher. And anybody that has deep fryers they're gonna need the Class K, the silver ones. I think you guys did that last year. So just double check on that. But other than that, it looks great. So thank you.
Thank you.
As Cameo said, the medical plan looks good. I appreciate you guys doing everything you did last year. Couple reminders, what 3 words? Yeah, what 3 words? And Pulse Point, are you guys familiar with those?
No.
Okay, Pulse Point, they're apps you can download. Pulse Point will give you kind of a intel of what's going on in the area and what the kind of what calls are happening. And so if something happens in your event, you'll kind of be aware of that. Second one is what 3 words will give you the location of that. If you have responders or something like that come upon a victim, they can call dispatch and dispatch can ping their phone and get what 3 words. That will tell us within 10 feet where your incident is happening.
Okay.
Another thing, at your tent, you might put the location on there as far as what the closest cross street is or best location to bring in the fire department or EMS.
Okay.
I think that's all I got. Good luck, ladies. Sounds
Thank
fun.
you.
Not a whole lot on the traffic side. Who is going to be manning your block where you have the roadblocks?
So we're gonna have volunteers stationed there at both of those roadblocks, and they'll be responding to open and close whenever needed. So, and our ops teams, the site op teams will be on carts monitoring those roads and everything else.
Okay, so are they familiar with what they need to do? Have you been utilizing these volunteers before?
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Last year was our first year doing this, and that we were using the same team that did last year. And then we're also working with security to kind of assist us with those areas.
Okay, I don't have anything else.
I think I'm all set. Nothing for me. I'll work with the lounge on your alcohol permits and all the beer garden stuff.
Okay.
This is a great event. Thank you for the presentation. Nothing else further from the police department.
Thank you.
Hello. I'm so impressed. You guys have come so far. It's been beautiful to watch this grow, and not only the event itself, but the organization of it all. So last year was a wonderful opportunity for us all to work together and continue to build this. I did schedule a safety and security meeting, so we'll keep that on the books. I think we're pretty close to having everything done, but we'll keep it on there if we need to finalize anything or help you get through any of the last items for those permits. But beautifully done. I think the biggest thing for us is just ensuring you have enough space, and then that Julia Davis Drive stays clear so that we can get through there if we need to get to anybody within your footprint. And I know having medical on site last year was tremendous. We did have a couple things and it was great. You guys did an amazing job. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And just a couple of other things that you guys had mentioned yesterday. Jesse, did you see that there was an extra stage over on the right? Okay, so they'll get the dimensions and everything too for that. Perfect. And then they were wanting alcohol in the VIP tent. So
problem. Yeah, very good. How's your rest of life going up there? So,
with that one. Perfect. All right. Anything else that you guys have?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Yep,
Thank
have
you.
a good day. And it'll be just a moment. Our next presenters are all online for the Albertsons Boise Open.
Good morning, everybody. David Babcock here, and we also have Jim Borchers, who has been with the event, I think, since the beginning in 1990, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to age you, Jim, but He was just a child back then. Also Lucas Fox and Andrew Parrott, who are our ops managers and directors for our event. So yeah, we're super excited about this year. This is our 35th anniversary year, believe it or not. My 26th year with the Boise Open, Albertsons Boise Open. Albertsons, of course, has been a huge supporter of the event, as well as, all the other sponsors in the community, of course, as well. We've generated $36 million for charity since the inception. We've given $3 million each year for the last 3, and intend to match that again this year. So we're super proud of the event, and really happy to have it in Albertson's hometown in Boise and work with you all. And the dates for this year's event are August 19th to the 25th. We can go through the whole schedule of events. Monday, we've got a Pro-Am at Hillcrest. Most of the events take place at Hillcrest Country Club. We have a couple of off-site golf only events over at Spurwing and Crane Creek, but we've got a Pro-Am shotgun start at 1 o'clock on Monday, followed by a social hour and entertainment at Hillcrest as well. Tuesday, we have the supplier sponsor business meeting over at Boise Center. We moved it to Boise Center a couple of years ago because just so warm outside. So happy to be back there. We've obviously worked with them for 20 plus years as well. So the business meeting will take place that morning. Then they go off, like I said, and they play golf. Half of them go play golf at Spurwing, half go play golf at Crane Creek. Then we get back together again that night at Boise Center for the Pro-Am dinner. This is the big gala dinner event. There'll be 800 or so in attendance there, followed by band. So that's a fun evening for everyone there. Then Wednesday, we're back at Hillcrest Country Club. We've got a Pro-Am in the morning and a Pro-Am in the afternoon. This is the official tournament, Korn Ferry Tour Pro-Am on Wednesday, and then followed by a awards reception and entertainment immediately following golf at Hillcrest. And then Monday through Wednesday is primarily focused on Albertsons executives and all the sponsoring companies and individuals to get together and spend all this time together playing golf and at social events. And then starting Thursday, the tournament proper, as we call it, that starts Thursday morning. 156 professionals on the Korn Ferry Tour will tee it up 7:15 approximately. 7:20 or so is the first tee time. Gates open at 7:15 a.m. Golf will go on all day, followed by a concert that night by John Pardee. Friday morning is a repeat of Thursday with golf starting first thing in the morning again. And Daryl Hall will be performing that night. And Saturday, we'll have a little bit of a later start just because they cut the field down from 156 players to the top 70 in ties. And then that night, Saturday evening, we've got a Goo Goo Dolls concert following golf. Sunday is the final day of the tournament, where we'll have a champion crowned at 5 p.m. We also have, what's not on here, Sunday is Junior Day, where we have extremely discounted tickets. I think it's $10 for Sunday for anyone, and also children under 15 get in free all week. So we focus Sunday really on the families and juniors, and have the kids come out with their folks. And there's a lot of activities for the kids throughout the day. First Tee really supports this well. The Rocky Mountain Section PGA supports this really well. So we'll probably have 500 kids out there or so. Just, great day for them. They get free hot dog and a hat and drink, and lots of games and some golf instruction. So it's a fun day for them. And then 6 p.m. the event concludes, and we get to tear it all down. Also attendance wise, Thursday through Sunday, approximately 5,000 to 6,000 people throughout the day, and that same number for the concerts Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. Any questions on the schedule?
I think we're good.
Okie dokie. Next slide. Here's some tournament notes here. Make this full screen. So again, the traffic parking plan will be at Hillcrest Country Club. We'll utilize the same areas for parking around Hillcrest as we have in the past. We'll have one-way traffic around the club, 19th to 25th. I have a specific slide outlining the traffic plan. We're using Boise Town Square again this year for the spectator and volunteer off-site parking, which works really well. Caldwell Transportation just recently sold, but they are on board again to help us with all of our shuttling needs to and from the Boise Town Square. We'll have, police again, a repeat of last year, law enforcement wise and key intersections upon egress, and just ensure that the pedestrian traffic and everyone mingle as little as possible. We've done, when we get to the slide with the ingress and egress, I can explain a little more what we've done to kind of help alleviate some of the interaction between vehicles and pedestrians. On alcohol sales, Hillcrest Country Club is the only vendor selling alcohol at the tournament and the concerts. They're selling beer, wine, and spirits during the day and at the concerts in the evening. We have a new security company this year. We're using Best Crowd Management. They've been really great to work with so far, and I'm very optimistic that we'll have a vastly improved security presence out there. We've added a few locations for security officers, and just primarily to ensure that everybody comes into the property through the magnetometers. As you can imagine, there's, so many Hillcrest members, for example, that are just so used to walking into the property that we want everyone to go through the magnetometers. Obviously, we want everyone to come through the same entrance. And given that it's a golf course and it's wide open, and obviously, again, members kind of know their way in and out. We've decided to add some more spots for security, just to direct people, everybody, members, anyone, everyone, through the magnetometers around the east side of the clubhouse. And again, we'll have up to 40, perhaps more, throughout the day, and particularly for the concerts. We have 850 or so volunteers for this event. And many of them been doing this for 20, 25 plus years, very familiar with what they're doing. And particularly in the traffic area, we've utilized the same group of people helping us with traffic and parking around the area for many, many years. And they've been fantastic. So they're back. Many of the volunteers are back, of course. And we'd like to use the same number of police as we had last year. We think that worked really well. I think also with the addition of these security positions and the change we've made that I'll talk about in a minute to the egress, this will work really well with this number of officers, the same as last year, unless anyone thinks otherwise. Medical support, again, we are utilizing acute rescue, working with them. We'll have 5 EMTs on site. We have an ambulance up by the clubhouse during the day. Then we move that ambulance down right adjacent to the stage in case someone needs to get transported. That's the easiest in and out. I can identify that on one of the following slides as well, on the ingress and egress of emergency vehicles. First aid, again, St. Alphonsus is going to help us with that with volunteers. They've been fantastic, great supporters, and we love working with them. And they will be positioned down by the tennis courts at the bottom of the hill in a very convenient location. It's probably the most high trafficked area on the property. So easy access in and out of the first aid location there. And they have a cart, I think a couple of carts actually. So they are mobile as well and can get out and get around wherever they need to be. All right. Next slide. Okay, so this shows the ingress egress plan. So high overhead here, it's hard to see, but if you can see the blue X down on the east end of that clubhouse, that is the main entrance, and that's what I was talking about, directing everybody through that entrance and not allowing them to walk through the, oh, thank you. Not allowing them to come through the parking lot or anywhere else. So everyone comes through that main entrance. And the shuttles will drop them off in front of the clubhouse and they just walk around the corner. Everyone comes in the same way. The egress plan for the concerts, the main change we're making is that last year and in years past, they came straight up by the tennis courts. They came through the tennis courts straight up to the street. And we directed pretty much everyone to come that direction. And then they go east through the parking lot towards the pool. And then the folks that were going to the Uber and Lyft lots or walking eastward would then cross Hillcrest, West Hillcrest Drive in that corner of Pond and West Hillcrest Drive. And the folks that were taking the shuttles back to Boise Town Square, we also have some shuttle vans for some select individuals going to and from Hillcrest Shopping Center. Those folks would all stack up into the buses here, line up, and we queue them up, and they would all take off going westbound down Spalding to Orchard. What we were doing this year is the problem area I should start with was the corner of Hillcrest and Pond. The shuttles come up Country Club Drive and then make the right turn onto Hillcrest Drive. And that intersection right there, people were crossing right in front of, they're kind of all over Hillcrest Drive. So this year, we're going to split the groups coming out of the concert area. And when they get to the top of the hill, really where it's kind of hard to see on this map, but or I tell you where I'm talking about. But in the parking lot, when they come up past the tennis courts, before they get into the parking lot, we're going to send the people that are walking or taking Uber and Lyft back down in front of the clubhouse where they entered, basically. So they're going to come out where they entered. And that'll take a number of people, a large number of people off of Hillcrest Drive, out from around where the buses are, so that really only the people that are getting onto shuttles are going to be coming onto Hillcrest Drive. So that'll clean that whole section up, I think, dramatically. Not that we've even had a problem, really. It's just been, a potential issue. So we were trying to, just think ahead and increase our safety measures. So that's the biggest change on the egress. We think that's really going to help separate pedestrians from vehicles. Other than that, it will be the same as far as the shuttle path and locations of where people are being dropped off, whether it's Boise Town Square or Hillcrest Shopping Center. That's all the same. And again, trying to keep people all coming in one entrance and not, sneaking in, so to speak. Yeah, that's the egress plan. As far as locations of officers and lights, we think that worked really well. Again, we'll have light towers out on Orchard where the yellow triangles are, indicates light towers. We'll have security positioned at key points throughout the egress, just to keep people, you know, from straying anywhere unnecessarily. Yeah, I think we're in a pretty good spot. Any questions on the egress before I continue? All right, next slide, please. This is pre-concert. Really, it's an easy flow throughout the day from, you know, 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. It's just a constant, easy flow of people. But you can see here where our entry gate is. We've got the high flow magnetometers. We've got security there. We've got volunteers there. That's where bag drop is. There are limitations to what type of bags people can bring in, which we have boards that describe exactly what's allowable and what isn't, at the shuttle pickup and drop off. So before people get on the shuttle, they can look and see like, oh, I can't take my, you know, big handbag in. It has to be 6x6 and clear. So if someone does bring their bag, we have a bag drop where they can leave them and it's secured and they can pick them up on the way out. Will call, a tent is obviously there too. But that is the main entrance for everybody in and out. And like I said, throughout the day, it's a very smooth flow of people that get dropped off and just walk around the corner. And we have bike rack barricades that, you know, corral people to keep them from walking in the streets, directing them through the entry gate. All right, next slide. This is a front nine layout just in case anyone needs it. There isn't really a lot going on the front nine. There's a lot of golf going on, and there's very few spectators out there. We do have restrooms. We do have security checkpoints, both at the two access points really to that front nine, by the canal there, and then by the first tee with magnetometers at the first tee. So, but there's not much traffic out here. There's not many people out here. All the activity is really on the back nine. So you want to go to the next slide, please? So the back nine layout, a couple of additions this year. If you can see up towards the top there, well, the 16th green, we've added a couple of private skyboxes there. You know, they're for 25 people each. Other than that, it's going to be the same structural build and private and public access around 16, 17, and 18 as it was last year. We have ADA access to all three locations and anywhere else on the golf course. What else? We've secured the structural engineer from Edge is going to be out twice checking the structures. The stage will be in the same location as it's been in the past. And the concert venue is the same. Really, the only addition to the layout on the back nine is the small skybox there on 16. And then we've also have a elevated member viewing area for the concert that we've added. It's just a flat, untented deck for the members to enjoy the concerts on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, other than that, we've got, you know, I think 60 some toilets out there, and we're going to reconfigure a number of those to make them more easily accessible for the concert goers. And what else can I tell you about this? Yeah, it's for exactly the same as last year for the most part. Okay, the parking layout. So we utilize some of the streets, surrounding streets for parking as we've done in the past. Country Club Drive is designated as Lot D. This is primarily for the Hillcrest staff, working staff, and the caddies. And then as you come up Country Club Drive, east on Hillcrest is Lot C. This is primarily for VIPs, sponsors, and some select folks there, so they park there. And again, we've got a full team of parking volunteers that have they have carts and they direct people efficiently, park them appropriately. They know all the neighbors that, you know, have had issues in the past. Thankfully, there's not very many, but we know who they are. We know how to take care of them to keep, you know, whatever their specific, you know, issue may be, whether it's cars parking on their gravel or cars, you know, touching their driveway, whatever it is. And then we have, we do turn these streets into one way, as you can see here, starting Sunday night, the 18th. And we've got the appropriate barricades, cones, barrels, etc. We've got volunteers, you know, stationed at each of the checkpoints there on Roosevelt and Country Club and Hillcrest Drive in Roosevelt and Pond and Greenbrier. It's basically everyone around there, also on Spalding. We have a checkpoint to ensure that everyone's driving the proper direction. On site, we've got 3 lots we utilize, or 2 lots we utilize. Lot A, we're in by the clubhouse. Lot B, right across the street from the clubhouse, for VVIPs and the tournament players parked there. The ride share pickup and drop off, again, we've partnered with the elementary school there, Hillcrest Elementary. They've been fantastic as always. And we take care of them with some donated product after the event. So we think we've got a great relationship with them, and that works very well for the pickup and drop off for Uber and Lyft. Yeah, and that's it. And then overflow, if Lot C gets overloaded, we would put them down on Roosevelt, park them on Roosevelt appropriately. This is just a close-up of the parking spaces on in Lot A by the clubhouse. And I think we've got one for Lot B. Yeah, so we've got volunteers inside of these lots, making sure people are parking in the appropriate spots and managing any double parking that we have to do. So again, this is the no parking sign plan, very similar to last year. This is the area that we will sign appropriately. The addition that we are doing this year, based on our meeting at our post-event meeting, is down on Bel Air. We are adding the no parking signs, which I don't know if we had those last year, but that's an area we had a few complaints in. So focusing on keeping those folks all happy on Bel Air this year. Other than that, it will be a repeat of last year in the no parking sign department, and that Jim Borchers and his crew, they managed the placement of all those and the securing of the signs and taking it all down on Sunday night, the 25th. Again, these are the roads that we want to indicate is closed. And then the green lines would be the Uber Lyft route, which we have, again, it hasn't been a major issue, but the Uber and Lyft drivers tend to just go wherever they want. And we're going to add more signage and more directional effort into making sure that they know that they need to come down to Greenbrier and pick folks up that way. Just as an added, measure of keeping the Uber drivers out of the shuttle pickup and drop off. And this is the specific Uber and Lyft pickup and drop off. Yeah, we'll have some increased signage this year as well. And I'm working with Uber and Lyft to geofence the area. And this is really primarily from 5 p.m. on. Prior to 5 p.m., it's kind of it's a non-issue. There's just not that much traffic coming through here.
Thank you, David. It's great to
Yeah.
have you guys back. Of
Yeah.
course, wonderful event in the community here.
Absolutely. One other thing I just want to touch on, but it's not on the slide, is the trash and recycle plan. So we have 3 30-yard containers and 6 6-yard containers. Yeah.
We'll make sure that Conrad
Good.
makes note of that and checks on your order there. And we'll start around the room with ACHD for questions.
Thanks for your presentation. Very detailed. I have everything I need at this point, so thank you so much for being organized and getting all that stuff over to me well in advance. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Hi, David. Hey, it's always great to work with you. I do have your order, of course, and what I'm missing are maps. I see there at the main entrance, you have the 2 located there. It's always the same, but I don't see a map for the rest. If I could either get individual maps or just
Sure.
over where they all are, that'd be great.
Yeah, no worries. I can email that to you right away. No problem.
Okay, thank you. And then one other thing, how are you doing on trash boxes to place around and recycle containers? Because I know in the past you counted on a third party to provide those, and well, I understand how things go. How's that looking for this year?
I appreciate you bringing that up. Yeah, we're no longer working with that company that we were working with for the reasons you kind of indicated there. But thankfully, we have sourced a local company to produce all of our trash boxes for us. So we're very excited about that. So we shouldn't need any Republic Services trash boxes.
Okay. No, that's great. I am still gonna set aside 50 boxes for you.
Smart. That's probably a good move.
Okay. That's great. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
David, thanks for the presentation. Because all of the event is at Hillcrest and it's not going to be in the downtown area, we are set for you on parking. So we're good down here. Thank you.
Thanks for the presentation, David. It's not going to have a big impact on anything that Valley Regional Transit does, but we do have 2 routes that intersect at Orchard and Overland. We just want to make sure that our bus stops are clear and the buses will be able to pull in without problem. I know how precious parking is for this event because I've attended in the past. So we just want to make sure of that.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, no additional comments from BRT.
Nothing from Parks.
Sam with Downtown Boise Association.
Nothing from DBA.
Would it be possible to get contact information for your medical for St. Al's?
Yes.
That's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you, David. This is Jesse, Boise Fire. Yeah, just a reminder, get your Boise Fire special events permit. And you addressed the other 2 concerns I have already in the presentation, which was structural engineer and fire access. Looks pretty good on paper. So I think from a prevention standpoint, I think we're pretty much good to go. Thank you.
Yeah, as always, our concern is access to the neighborhood up there and keeping everybody safe should we have a fire that's not associated with your event. Looks like you've done a good job of mitigating that as best we can. Once again, what 3 words? Pulse Point. I think you're aware of those. So if
Yeah.
something does happen in your footprint, we can find it. Other than that, we'll see you on the walkthrough. Thanks.
Hey, David, we worked with you quite a bit. As far as the traffic goes, the only thing I think that we need to maybe do a little bit more of an emphasis on is that ride share. Having worked when the concert lets out, that Orchard Spalding area becomes a nightmare. We have a lot of people that just stop. They don't know where to go. We're trying to direct them down to the proper street to get to the school. So if maybe we can do a little bit more either with signage, and even when the people are in there, I know that you changed the egress, which should help, I'm hoping. But we need to somehow try and get most of those ride share people to the proper location instead of trying, they all want to basically come down to Spalding and turn on to Spalding when we've got shuttles and people. So that would be our only request.
Yeah,
is-
exactly. We're 100% on the same page with you there. And we definitely have more signage and more people. And I think also directing them before they even get to the parking lot, sending them down towards, Pond and Hillcrest Drive so they go straight to the Uber and Lyft lot and not get on to Spalding at all is our goal. I agree with you 100%. We need to, that's a area of focus for sure.
And other than that, we're still going to provide like we've done in years past with the parking enforcement and then the traffic control for the 3 concert nights. So other than that, I think we're good.
Excellent.
I think I'm all set. If we could just get your alcohol permit in within the next week or two, I can work everything offline. So I appreciate it and have a great event. Thanks.
Yeah, I think the alcohol permit, I have my permit. It's been submitted. It's in for us. I mean, for Hillcrest, they have a permit on file, I believe already. But I have our use permit, and then same thing with fire. I've submitted that. So hopefully, if you don't have my fire permit, let me know. But I think I've submitted everything.
Okay. I will check mine. I don't know if it's reached my queue yet, but I will take a look. I appreciate it.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hi, David. This is Matt Sly, Boise Police. Taylor will be sending some information regarding the contract with officers. So you should be getting that before too long. And other than that, I think everything's already been discussed. I don't think I need anything else. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Hi, David and team. Wonderful to see you guys again. I feel like this process gets better every single year. Thanks for addressing all of the after action items that we had listed from last year. We do have a safety and security meeting scheduled with you all where we will walk through those fine details to ensure staffing and coordination for those that will be working the event are all taken care of. So thank you so much for the effort you put into your planning already. And as always, you do a great job. So we will see you all shortly. And yeah, thank you.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's no air show across the freeway this year.
I know. What happened to my free air show? That was a selling point.
There-
That was a
there's
great
still
spot to
events
watch the
going on,
air
don't
show
worry,
from.
But the air show is not over there this year, but you guys did a great job last year of navigating that, just with minimal issues on both sides. So definitely appreciate that. If you have any questions or anything that we can assist with between now and the safety and security meeting, don't hesitate to reach out. Otherwise, we look forward to finalizing all the details then.
Great. Thank you.
Mhm. All right. So just real quick, a couple of sign-offs upcoming. Very, very high temps this week in the city. So I know that there's a few smaller events that I think Summer had canceled, but as of now, the Opera in the Park is still on. If you haven't signed off on that, please do so. a week from Saturday is the Pledge for the Plunge event on the 20th. So there's still several sign-offs waiting on that. If there's any information that you are missing or communication that I can help with, just to get those loose ends tied up, please let me know. We meet again on the 24th, but that following weekend, we will have the San Ignacio and Water Lantern Festival. So please just keep those in mind. Same thing, if there's anything that we can do at the clerk's office just to help coordinate communication and information, please let us know. Does anyone else have anything that they need to speak to? No? All right. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your day and stay cool.
Thank you.